Hi everybody. Okay, so today we're going to show you some of the features of the Experts in Property website and the Members Marketing Hub so that you can see some of the user features behind it. I'm just going to cover a few of those. So if I just share my screen. So what we're going to do today is essentially cover referring instructions, multi-listing searches, how to do property details of other agents and short format lists, print them, share them, how to ask for feedback in the landlord's questionnaire. So let's have a quick look at the hub itself. And if we bring that up, sorry, wrong one. Just minimize that one. And then we'll look across there. So when you go onto the website, if you notice, this is just logging into the Experts in Property website. You'll see at the top right here, it says login. And if we click on login, each office has its own unique login for the actual website. So you need to enter your details. If you haven't got those, have a chat with your boss. And if they haven't got it, get a hold of Jo Marshall and she can sort that out. And then once you've logged in, you'll see the members dashboard. And on here, you'll see all the different things that you can actually do all the way through it. So it's worth having a good look at that and seeing how that goes. So what we'll do first of all is we'll look at refer a seller. So by looking on there, so you're chatting away to somebody who's either looking at buying a house or has just contacted you and they've got a house to sell in another area where we've got an agent, and you can actually refer those people to that agent. And what this system actually does is if you go to add new there, it'll then allow you to put the name, the email address, the telephone number, the seller's address, the property address if it's different. Over here, you can select the agent that you can actually send it to. And if you just type in, it will come up with the different names of the different agents, as you can see there, by just changing it around. Any additional information. And there's a little checkbox to say the seller's given permission to pass on those details. When you then click on the save button there, what it'll do is it will send 3 emails out. It will send you an email to say that you've sent that referral. So you've got a physical paper audit trail of that. It will send the agent an email to say that they've had a referral. And it will send the owner an email to say that the firm that you've nominated will be in touch with them to do a valuation. It might be worth just reinforcing this by adding up, by bringing that agent as well and just saying they've sent a referral. But this gives you the audit trail that you actually need. And if we just nip back a bit from there. And then if you notice here, you've got received and archived and sent. Obviously, I haven't received any because it's a test system here that I'm using. But you can see that I've sent stuff there and the different people I've sent it to. And you can click on the view and you can see who you've referred that one to. And there it is, the person I've sent it, genuine, who I've referred it to. And then the person can go back on that site, the agent has been sent to, and update that of how it's actually gone. So you've got an audit trail of who you've referred it to, easy way to refer to other agents. And of course, you know, if that referral is successful, then obviously you earn money out of doing it. So it's more than worthwhile doing, and it's something that we probably all miss out on in going on there. If we go back up to the marketing hub at the top here, and we're back to and if I close that, so I'm back to the beginning there. And again, at the top, you can see how that's changed. Join us, marketing hub, favorites, notifications. So it's different to how we first logged in. If we look to sell a property, then you've got a very simple search bar here. So you've got a client you're chatting to and they tell you they're thinking of moving to Exeter. You can type in Exeter, you can obviously sift it out a little bit and then do a search and it will bring all the properties up for that property in Exeter. And you'll notice that all the properties are there. And if I view the listing that we've actually got, you'll see I can add it to favorites here. Word add to favorites, or I can print the details. So I can actually print a set of details. It will print them off as your firm with your firm's headed paper on it, or you can add them to your favorites. And you see there, we can remove it to the favorites, or we can go back to the listings. If we then go up to favorites at the top here and we've actually added that property in, and I think I've got a few others that are actually in that system at the same time. And there they all are, and I can remove them if I want. What I can do from here is I can print that list. So it'll produce a list, and again, it'll be in your company's logo and colors and details, and it'll enable you to do a short format list. So there's a short format list of all those properties, and there it's done as a PDF. So you can now save that, you can email it to your client, or you can print it off and give it to them. And if they get in touch, you can then get a hold of that agent to actually arrange a viewing on that particular property. If you don't want it on the list, then you can obviously just remove them. If you want to clear that list completely, because that's one that's been dealt with now, you can clear it. Now, it won't save these properties, unfortunately. So if you've given them to an owner and you've got their file, you might just want to keep a note of the reference numbers of the properties that you've actually given them. And if you notice there, we've got Exeter, Honiton, Hat. So when we've done different demos, we've got different properties that are actually up there. And at the top here, we've got my favorite properties, and we can go back to there, or we can go to the top and we go back to our marketing hub. So easy way just to refer sellers, sell properties at the same time. The other thing we've got on the system, if you don't use a feedback system, is you can ask for feedback. So you can actually add a new person here on the feedback. It will send them a simple little form to produce. And you can see that it will come back as a rating. And if we have a look at that rating for that particular person, there's what they've said about you. And it actually produces a graphic. Obviously, this is quite a simple one, and you can download that graphic and use it on your social media. So really easy way, if you don't use feedback, just to ask owners and sellers for a bit of feedback on the actual hub there, and give you some there. Obviously, we've got lots of other things on this hub. We've got RC Expert articles, which you can actually use, and using your social media and tailor them to your own design and use them to the press and PR and things like that. And at the bottom is a little chat room pop up. So if you keep the system logged in, if in the morning you put this system on and have it running, you can actually use this chat room and chat to staff members or anybody else within the network that's logged on, asking questions and stuff like that. But you do really need to log onto the system in the first part of the day. So I would encourage you to have a look at that, have a play with it. Certainly the refer a seller and sell a property part, really easy ways to actually generate some additional income for you, new instructions, and actually getting some sales and stuff like that. So definitely worth you having a good look at that. So I know that's really quick, and if people want a bit more in depth, we can always do that. But perhaps the first thing is to have a look at it and play with it, so that you can actually see how it works. The next thing I'll go on to is a landlord's questionnaire. The landlord's questionnaire has been designed for you to use on your social media, and it's a tap in to try and get you some more landlords. So you can have a little graphic like this on the left-hand side that actually says it's a health check, and landlords can go on and find out whether they're doing things properly. And obviously this is particularly aimed at landlords who are self-managing, who aren't using you, aren't using another agent. There's a unique link for your property. So if I just show you this one, which we should be able to open the link on, and there it comes. And you see this one's been done for Turners in Ilfracombe. This shows you, are you a landlord? Are you keeping up to date with all the legislation? Some quick questions, and you won't be contacted unless you request to do so. So they then go through this and just ask. So it asks them various questions. Do you register the deposit? Do they give them all the documents? Have you got a gas safe certificate? And it goes right through. So if we tick some of those, let's tick a no on that one, and then go right through it. And then it'll ask you all those questions. When they finish that, they will be asked for their email address, and it will email them, and it will tell them in a traffic light system. So if it's green, it means they're compliant and they're doing everything right. If it's amber, it will mean they're actually not, they're doing a couple of things quite aren't within the regulations. If they get a red traffic light, it means they're actually trading illegally, but it won't tell them the reason why they're trading illegally. You will get a copy of their answers and can see where perhaps they're not quite complying with the law or not quite doing things correctly. They would then need to contact you or ask, there's a tick box on it where they can say, yes, I want to be contacted. And it then gives you the opportunity, without being too pushy, of actually getting more landlords. So easy way to do it, something a little bit different on it. So that's actually well worth doing, because you're looking a bit different. You're giving some friendly advice on things that they haven't actually done. So I would strongly suggest that one's worth doing there. So if we just minimize all that a minute. So that's the landlord's questionnaire. We can just ask Jo, and if you haven't got it already, then she'll set up the link, and it will be done in your company's names and colors. The other couple of things I'll just touch on that we do: social media and PR. So we employ a PR company. Lauren Hagen does it at Lemon Tree Marketing. So she does a lot of social media posts. Some of them will be like agent of the week, so it could be your agent. It could be property of the week, so it could be your property, or there'll be general news, information, stuff that the public are interested in. So I would strongly suggest you follow Experts in Property, Distinctly West Country, and we're on all the social media platforms. So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter, and doing that, and like other agents and like their posts and stuff, because the more we can help each other, the more traction we all get on our social media. The other company we are employees, Sam Boscher, does our press and PR. Now the companies that use Sam are really successful. So they will use Sam because they've got perhaps a charity event coming up. They've got a really nice property that they want promoting, or they want something done about their company and their team and stuff like that. Sam will write the press release for you. It'll go out to all the big media companies, all the national newspapers, all your local newspapers. You'll get a copy of it. You'll be able to approve it before it goes out. And you can use it yourself at the same time. Both of those services are completely free of charge. So, make use of them. I say the ones that do really well. The other is free online training. So we do a lot of free online training. We use Facebook with an expert called Paul Long. I have to say we've got companies that have come off Rightmove after you doing his training, and some companies have gone from actually being like third or fourth in the town to top agent in the town without using Rightmove, saving all that money, but with using Facebook. A lot of them doing on the lettings now, doing Facebook Lives with lettings. We do a lot of lettings training, and then general sales training and other types of training. So if there's something that you would particularly like, then please let us know. And then the final thing that we do is we do marketing campaigns and stuff that help you, that's again, all free of charge for you to make use of. So we've just running towards the end of a campaign where they can win £2,000 garden vouchers. Every month we've had 2 winners within £100 vouchers. And how that's been really successful for the firms that have actually taken part of it, it means that they use a local garden centre that they're giving their vouchers out. That garden centre gives that agent publicity, as well as the agent giving them publicity. And of course, with the bigger vouchers at the end, really good. And it's basically aimed at getting you valuations. So that's something else that we actually do for you at the same time. So that's just pretty much a fairly brief overview, really, of what we're doing for you. And let's just nip back here. So yeah, fairly brief overview of some of the things that we do. And we hope that's been useful for you and you can make use of it again. So been really good, and thanks all for attending, and see you all soon.